welcome to the third episode of Taste Buds. I'm Sinan.
And I'm Ralph.
Today we're going to be making a very delicious fried rice. Now, before we put anything in the actual wok, we want to make sure we have all the ingredients ready to put in. So, the first thing you're going to need is 2 eggs, lightly beaten. You put them in a bowl, you have a whisk, you can go for it, you have a fork, you can mash them just the same. Next thing you're going to need is half a cup of onions or 4 green onions. Now what you do with the onions is you gotta slice them up, so Ralph, you're gonna have to go for that.
I'll start doing that.
Thank you very much. Also what you're gonna need is ginger. And what you want to do with the ginger is you wanna shred it. And you wanna find a shredder and you wanna find the thinnest side of it. You want the most thinly ground ginger you can get. Now the thing about ginger is it smells very good, but the moment you add too much, you get one of the bitterest tastes I've ever tasted. So what you want to do is, as you can see, you want to get really fine, like it's very watery, it's wet. You want that. Now, also you're going to need 2 cloves of garlic. Now, Ralph's already taken the skin off this, which is good because you don't want the skin. And what we need to do is we need to mince it. We're going to mince that later because we're going to save that for later. How's that onion coming?
Pretty good, halfway done.
All right, good. All right, so I want to start giving you other measurements. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of peanut, sesame, or any other oil. And this one we'll be using a stir-fry oil. Later, you're going to need 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. But that's a little later in the recipe. I'll show you when you get to that. As for the ginger, you're going to need 1 teaspoon, in which case I'm actually going to need more. I got to keep grounding this. The first things you're going to add to the wok, which we have an electric wok, and we have to put it on high heat to start out with. We have to let that heat up. So we're almost done with the onions, and I'm pretty much done with this ginger. Now I'm just going to measure.
Wow, that's a lot of onions.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's a lot of flavor comes from the onions. That's why I love fried rice so much.
All the little things help.
All right, I'm gonna need a little more ginger for this. All right. Good. All right, so I'm gonna be measuring 2 tablespoons of my stir-fry oil. And the thing is, you want to let this oil heat up in the wok before you add the other ingredients. That's important. Alright, that's 2 tablespoons. The wok is on high, and we're just going to let that heat up for a while. Alright, Ralph is finishing up with the onions, which is good. I'm going to get my ginger, 1 teaspoon. Now the ginger should be, as I said before, watery. That's the water from the ginger. That's the juice. And as I said before, you don't want to add too much because as soon as you get too much, it's very bitter. But just enough is perfect. Just like that, 1 teaspoon.
Almost done here.
He is getting 2 cloves of garlic. Now the thing about this mincer is when you put it in there, the garlic that comes out the end is the part that you want to actually put in. Any residue left, you want to throw that away. That's not good. That's not edible. We're going to get the last of the garlic in there. All right. The first things you're going to add after the oil is ginger, garlic, and onions. Now, the thing about garlic is it burns very easily.
Very easily. So
you're only going to cook these 3 ingredients for 1 minute. All right. So, ready?
Yep.
You got everything? All right.
Yep.
Now, put it in. Start stirring that right now. Start stirring that, Ralph. We're gonna stir that for 1 minute. Good. Now, after that, we're gonna reduce the heat down to medium and add our other ingredients. We're gonna need 4 cups of cooled rice. The thing about this rice is we boiled it a couple hours before and we put it in the refrigerator. It's been about a minute, so now we're gonna be adding the rice. All right, you can use that. At this point, you can also add your meat to the recipe. We don't have any meat right now.
Of course.
Because we don't like meat in our fried rice. Now, you're gonna lower that to medium. You lower that to medium. Once you add the rice, you wanna lower it to medium so that the garlic doesn't burn. Because we don't want that, because it doesn't taste good anymore. Now, we're gonna let that cook for about 5 minutes. Now, it's been 5 minutes. The rice has been cooking with the ingredients for 5 minutes. Now, we're gonna add the eggs. 2 eggs slightly beaten. Now, the thing about adding eggs is, Ralph's doing it right now, you're gonna make a well. You're gonna use your spoon, and you gotta go at the rice until you make that little hole in the middle, where you can actually see the wok. All right, so you can make that a little bigger. We got a lot of eggs. All right, get the rice out of there. We're gonna add the eggs in the center.
Ooh.
We're gonna let that cook for 1 minute. We're gonna turn the heat up just a little bit, just so it cooks a little faster. We're gonna turn the heat up. We're gonna let it cook for 1 minute. Use your spoon. You want to just kind of scramble the eggs a little bit, make sure it's cooking. Just a little bit. It's good. Now, Ralph's incorporated the egg into the rice, and I want to start adding my 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. This is what gives the rice that yellow color you see whenever you look in a recipe book. Now, that looks good.
That's very
Better with soy sauce, if you ask me. All right, so Ralph, you're gonna keep stirring. And I'm just gonna keep going. Get that in there, yeah.
Oh, baby.
You want that sizzle. Now the thing about adding soy sauce is I added salt as I was boiling the rice. So you don't need to add as much soy sauce if you don't like that salty taste. And you're gonna be adding salt and pepper at the end just to enhance it even more. I'm going on my 2nd tablespoon. You wanna continuously stir. Don't stop stirring, you're just gonna burn at the bottom of the wok. You don't want that. Yeah. Stir that in. Last tablespoon. That's good.
Oh my goodness.
That's looking good.
Heavenly.
Now, we're gonna let the soy sauce cook in there for about another 2 minutes. How's that looking?
Amazing.
It smells really good too.
Yeah, I know.
All right. This recipe will serve around 3 to 4 people. If you want to add more, you just boil more rice. You can just add a couple more cloves of garlic, some more tablespoons, ginger. All right. That's been cooking for about 2 minutes, right?
Yep. Just about.
The thing about fried rice is, as soon as you make it, you have to serve it. I find that if you chill fried rice, it's very hard to heat it up again and make it as good as it was fresh. So I find that if you have to make it, you serve it immediately, right after. And I think it's done.
I think it's about time.
I think it's done. We're gonna put this on the lowest setting, it's about there, just to make sure it stays warm, and we're gonna serve this.
Yes.
Ralph, can you get some plates, please? I'll just continue.
Sure.
I'm still gonna stir it. You gotta keep stirring it even if it's done. Just making sure you get all the flavor in. I think it needs some salt. That's the good thing about fried rice. You can add salt at the end. It'll be fine, as much as you want. Some pepper.
Some pepper. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No?
And I think.
Enjoy it.
All right. Thank you for joining us on our 3rd episode. I'm going on vacation to Panama tomorrow, and I will be back with some fresh recipes for you in a month.
And I'll have that, of course. But, oh my God.
Don't worry about it. All right. Bye. Thank you.